Hey everybody, and welcome back. Got a lot of things to show you here, and since this is Memorial Day here in the United States, wanted to get started by showing you a nice paratrooper airborne action figure. And as you can see, he has his Screaming Eagles patch on his shoulder, and he's carrying his Thompson submachine gun. I actually have quite a few of these. These are really nice figures. You can find them in. They're kind of cheaper, but they nonetheless they have some great detail. He has his M1 Grand and thing. But this is not really an action figure review. What I wanted to show you is this very special book that I purchased from a company called Valor Studios, and this is a company I've dealt with before. I'm a huge fan of Band of Brothers, which was a mini-series based off of this book right here by Stephen Ambrose. This is my first copy of the book that my dad bought for me, and me and him watched the show together, and both of us are veterans, and we had a lot of great discussions after watching each episode. It's a really good book, and I really recommend reading it if you're into World War II history, or if you just want to follow the show a little bit better. Now, Valor Studios had an offer where 10 years ago they had gotten, let's see, about 300 and something copies, special Simon & Schuster edition hardbound copies of Band of Brothers, and they got them autographed by members of Easy Company. And I'd already purchased some autographs from them before, and I've done a video before, but I'm just gonna show them to you again. This is my autograph of Buck Compton. You might remember him, played by Neil McDonough on Band of Brothers, and that's his autograph. This is Don Malarkey's autograph, and all these photographs also have like a little brief biography of these veterans on it. This is Shifty Powers, his autograph. You might have remembered him in the episode where he had to take out a sniper. He was fast, and that was when Captain Spear took over Easy Company. This is Forrest Guth's autograph, and this shows him as well as some other paratroopers of Easy Company, and they're in the square of Saint Marie du Monde. And from left to right, if you can see the picture all the way, there's Forrest Guth starting left, Frank Mellett, David Morris, Daniel West, Floyd Talbert, and C.T. Smith, and they're posing with infantrymen from the Army's 4th Division. This is a great picture. This is everyone's favorite Easy Company member, Wild Bill Garnier, and he autographed it, Company E, 506 101st Band of Brothers. And this actually was put out by Wild Bill's own personal website while he was still alive, and unfortunately he recently passed on. He was a very colorful character in the show, one of the funnier characters, and in real life, if you ever saw him in interviews or heard him talk, you find that he really was that kind of character. He was a funny guy full of life and humor, and I'm really honored to have this autograph, and this was a sketch done of him. Now, on back to this book here that I got from Valor Studios. There were 3 versions of the book put out. One was signed by 10 veterans, one was signed by 8 veterans, and one edition was signed by 6 veterans. Now, if you were to go to valorstudios.com, there as of now, as of this video, there are less than 20 copies available to be purchased of the 6 signature edition, and they're going for $175 each plus shipping. When I purchased this one, it was for $175, and the 6 signature version was much less, but the prices go up. This version is completely sold out, and now I'm going to show it to you. If you are considering buying one of these books, you came to the right video, because I'm going to show you exactly what you can expect to get. It'll come wrapped in bubble wrap like this. Now, they tell you on the website that the book is going to be quote-unquote battle damaged because it's been handled by so many signers, and if you look carefully on the cover, you'll see fingerprints, and it's nice to know that those are undoubtedly the fingerprints of the actual veterans as they autographed this book. Some features of the book: it has a black dyed top. Here's how the pages are rough cut. It's a very handsome book. And on the cover, rather than my version, which showed members of the HBO cast, this actually has this same photograph that I have autographed by Forrest Guth. So we could actually name the people on the cover of this book. It also has a nice image of the airborne Screaming Eagles patch right here. Now let's take a look at the book from the inside. When you receive the book, you'll get a certificate of authenticity, and it also lists the signers. I like I showed you a few minutes ago, I do have a lot of these autographs already, but the 10 signature edition was signed by Buck Compton, Brad Freeman, Bill Garnier, Forrest Guth, Babe Heffron, Clancy Lyle, Don Malarkey, Al Mamper, Earl McClung, Phil Perugini, Rod Stowe, and Ed Tipper. And it also describes the different editions. There is a bookplate edition that has not yet been released that will have 3 signatures on it. I don't know how much it's going to cost. It's not out on the market yet. So if you're really excited about getting one of these books and at least one or 3 autographs in it, you can still get that. And there, as I said, there are still a few of the 6 signature editions available. So if you get the book, this is what it looks like on the outside. It does have a dust jacket, and the book itself has a white spine title, and it's a basic gray cover, but a really handsome dust jacket here. There's also an insert that I got. It says, "Thank you from ordering from Valor Studios. We hope our product provides you with a conversation piece and a family heirloom for years to come. We're excited to announce that this spring we will be unveiling the first release in our 70th anniversary print series. Featured signers will include Buck Compton, Forrest Guth, Shifty Powers, and many other American heroes. To stay abreast of our new print book releases and special events, sign up for a free email letter at www.valorstudios.com. We appreciate your patronage and look forward to helping you build your collection." Signed, Karen Makos on behalf of Valor Studios. The prints they're talking about, or they do deal in art prints. I've never bought one. I'm more of an autograph and book collector. I'm not big on collecting art, but if you're interested in that, that's the place to go. If you want authentic art that's truly been signed and authenticated by members of Easy Company, the good thing about dealing with Valor Studios is there's no question that you're getting the real product. You're not getting something phony. And unfortunately, I'm sad to tell you that there are phony autographs circulating on the internet being sold by they're supposedly Easy Company veterans. So be aware of that. This at least is a place where you know what you're getting. Let's open the book up. And there's the title page. And this is the most important page, in my opinion. There's the William Shakespeare quote from Henry V. "From this day to the ending of the world, we in it shall be remembered, we band of brothers." The quote that inspired the title of the book. And Rod Stowe, and that's Clancy Lyle, Wild Bill Garnier, Babe Heffron, his signature is really big. That is Al Mamper. Let me see. That one's a little hard to read. Forrest Guth, Earl McClung, and Ed Tipper. So it's really good that I can show you this on the Memorial Day weekend. Now, let me back up just for a second. That signature under Babe Heffron's. I'm not convinced that that's Al Mempure. That is. I don't think that's Phil. Let me see who that is. It's Don Malarkey. Yeah, it's Don Malarkey. As a matter of fact, let's compare it. Yep, it's the same signature as Don Malarkey. Yeah, I apologize for not reading that correctly. That is Don Malarkey's signature. Okay, and it does match the other one I got. On the next page, you get some great maps. Then we have the contents. An introduction by Stephen Ambrose. And then we start with the story. A great thrilling book to read, starting with Camp Toccoa. Now let's keep going through the book to show you what you can get. There's photographs in the book. Colonel Robert Sink, that's Captain Sobel in the TV show. He was played by David Schwimmer. There's Dick Winters. He was played by Damian Lewis. There's Winston Churchill meeting the members of the 101st. And there's pictures of them training. Their training facility was located real close to where I live in Georgia, which is just the state right next to mine. There's a drawing by Sergeant Christensen of the C-47s dropping the paratroopers. Private Forrest Guth got his autograph. This is John Eubanks and Walter Gordon. And on the bottom, once again, we're seeing that same picture that I have autographed by Forrest Guth. There's Carenton. Walter Gordon and Frank Mellett here behind a heavy machine gun. There's the people of Eindhoven after being liberated by Easy Company. This is Private David Webster, and interestingly, he was a prominent character in the TV show. And I just to do a quick little aside, I have his book here, Parachute. I found this sitting on a bookshelf in a bookstore, and I'm excited about reading this pretty soon. This is his personal account written years and years and years before Band of Brothers, back in the 60s, because actually David Webster died in the 1960s when he was on an expedition researching sharks. So it's a good long read, and I'm excited about getting into this book. And that's Dick Winters again. There's a 3rd Platoon, Easy Company loading into a train. That's Carwood Lipton. He was played by Donnie Wahlberg in the show. And this is Captain Ronald Spears, who took over command of Easy Company, holding a Thompson submachine gun, and he has 2 grenades on him. Here's a picture of Captain Lewis Nixon. He was played by Ron Livingston in the show, and he was a colorful character, kind of a comic relief. And a picture of Sergeant Floyd Talbert. And then here's a picture of Dick Winters recreating the same pose he did at the same place 47 years later. Recreating this pose right here. This book is printed on just great paper. Good quality. This is just a great hardcover book. But what really makes it special are the autographs. So I'm just excited to show you this, and I really, if you're interested in buying it now, I think I've given you a good idea of what you'll get. if you think this is something you want to get. Once again, I encourage you this Memorial Day, if you want to watch a good patriotic show here in the States, at least watch Band of Brothers. And I really want to wish everyone a happy Memorial Day. I want to thank all of my viewers and subscribers anywhere in the world, and I want to tell you that I'm going to continue to shoot more videos, and to stay tuned. Sorry about the gap, but it's been a busy time for me. I'm working on a CPA license and just doing a whole lot of stuff, so and a lot of travel. So I'm glad that I can get back to the relaxing hobby of shooting videos, and I hope you're enjoying them. Anyway, as always, please rate, comment, and subscribe. Bye.